My name's Andy, and in this video I'm showing you my top 10 MADchester riffs. This is from the era of about 1978-79 to about 1991 on my list. So this is before Britpop, and we have no Oasis on this list. We have tracks from Joy Division, The Smiths, Happy Monday, Stone Roses. Let me know your favourites in the comments below, and let me know any that I missed off this list, and we might do a tutorial for them in the future. But let's start off where I think this all began, and you let me know in the comments below if you think I'm right or wrong. We're going to start off with the Buzzcocks, Ever Fallen in Love. Ever Fallen in Love by the Buzzcocks uses a C sharp minor chord to a B major chord, or I'd probably play these as power chords to keep it all nice and punk. That happens twice, and then it's an E major chord, but we only play, or we pick, and that straight away starts to give us this signature MADchester sound, where there's a huge punk influence, but there's also these kind of jangly melodies, major scale melodies. The chorus goes from that C sharp minor to the B twice. To a D power chord, A power chord, B, B, E, B. The next song we're looking at is Disorder by Joy Division. And this is when I'll bring up, if you like this style of music and you haven't seen 24-Hour Party People, please do. I tend to watch it every couple of years. I just think it's a fantastic film. I have also done a tutorial for Love Will Tear Us Apart on my YouTube channel, so I wanted to cover this one as kind of another choice. Let me know any other Joy Division or this kind of songs you'd like in the comments below. Let's have a look at it. There I was playing the bass line on guitar, starting from an E flat note on fret 6, string 5, moving to fret 3 of string 1, the G, and then to B flat at fret 6 of string 6. Back to the G note. And then for the lead part, I had a little bit of reverb on my sound, which you can hear if you have kind of a... you hear reverbs more if you play a short staccato note. And I also have a chorus effect on this with the rate quite high and the depth quite low. This is without. And with. And that only happens over this riff. I turn it off for that section. The main riff uses two notes from a B flat power chord at fret 8 and 10, And then we move the first finger down to string 5, playing octaves of this F note. There's 8 picks in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the 7 and 8 are on the offbeat. They're a little earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That repeats and repeats, and then we move down, or slide down, to the 3rd fret and 5th fret position. It is that happens twice. I'll link to tab for all of these in the description below. Then we move up to the 7th fret, 8th fret and 10th fret positions. And play that twice. 2, 3, 4. For my next choice, you'll need a capo at the 2nd fret and a tremolo effects pedal. I'm using a Boss tremolo effects pedal, and this is one of the most iconic riffs ever. This is How Soon Is Now. So Johnny Marr tends to play this with the capo at the 2nd fret, using basic open chords for most of this. An E chord, let me turn the tremolo effect off. E major to an E7. Sixteenth strumming with the right hand, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So on the beat 4 we go to E7. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. That's where it 1 E. It's really important that little finger goes down on the 1 E. That's the riff. Sounds pretty cool even without the tremolo, but with it. And the trick is to strum at the same tempo as your tremolo is. My tremolo's literally set to 69 out of 100, which just by coincidence happens to sound about right to me. In the verses, it starts off on an E major chord, and playing the riff, and then moves to a G major chord, which Johnny Marr plays like this, and then a 1-finger A chord, repeating these. I am the sun and the air of a shyness that is criminally vulgar. I'm the sun of nothing in particular. For the chorus, it's an A sus2, C major, G major, D, B, sus4, D, and E, repeated twice. You shut your mouth, how can you say I go about things the wrong way? Same again. I am human and I need to be loved. just like everybody else does. This is a D power chord, moving to the root note of a B, C, and then D. Picking string 4, 3, 2, 5, 5, 4. Plenty of reverb on the sound as well, to make it sound all swampy. The other chords in the song just happen in the chorus, and we have a G major chord. Gonna stand by your fire, you can't change your desire, don't you know it can make you forget you're a man, to an A major chord. Stand by your fire again, and then on the last you're a man, it goes to C, B, then B flat, one strum of each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, change your desire, don't you know it can make you forget you're a man, you're a man. 2, 3, 4. Now we get to my Stone Roses choice, possibly the most iconic band of the MADchester era. So I've already done tutorials for Waterfall, She Bangs the Drums, I Wanna Be Adored, and Sally Cinnamon. So the one I've chosen for this video, which is super fun to play on guitar, and there's lots of things for us to learn and practice, is Fool's Gold. This riff goes like this. Main riff of Fool's Gold is based on A Dorian. And then there's a slight chromatic move. This is fret 5 of string 6 to 7 on string 4. Flick off hammer-on pattern between frets 5 and 4 with fingers 2 and 1. Pick, flick, hammer-on, flick off. And then the same pattern on string 3 at 3rd fret and the 2nd fret. One note at the 2nd fret, and then 3, 4, 5. It's made to sound authentic by doing muted strums, kind of like the lead part does. Especially at that ending. Kind of like playing drums or rhythm on muted strings, basically. I think that's played on the rhythm pickup on a Les Paul, but you let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to go to the treble pickup now, and I'm going to activate my wah pedal, which sounds like that. Super fun. This is where we basically play A minor pentatonic or A Dorian notes. Very much improvised. You want to be full flow state for this. But there are a couple of principles. If you've never used a wah-wah pedal before, what we're basically doing, if I just strum an A chord, is having the heel down on the beat and then the toes down off the beat. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you do muted 16th strums, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, That's a great place to start with this. That's basically how it starts. Very Hendrix inspired, very Voodoo Child, but we also kind of hang around an A note in this case. It's just the 7th fret of string 4, and then there's a little riff. And then some higher muted strums, which are very evident. And again, you can stick to D Dorian notes. But always coming back to that A note, and that's where this riff gets super fun to jam along to. If you like that, I think you'll like my next choice, which is from 1990. This is The Charlatans, The Only One I Know. The Only One I Know is based around a C power chord, moving to a B flat power chord at frets 8 and 10, and 6 and 8. And then we do those same shapes, but a string down for the end of the verses. And it's to this signature rhythm. That is down, 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 up, 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 down, change to the B flat power chord. And then B flat, E flat, F. The organ parts can be played there on guitar at frets 11 and 12. And 10 and 10 on strings 1 and 2. Then in the chorus, it's the 8th fret C power chord to B flat, 1st fret to an F, and then a G at the 3rd fret. Everyone's been born before, and everybody knows the pain. Chorus lead line. Which goes over those power chords, and that's The Only One I Know. My next choice is a song called Regret by New Order. This riff is based around a C major chord, and you should know these embellishments if you want to know how to add riffs or melody notes in and around just the C major chord in open position. And you can play that in so many other songs as you go forward. Add this to your general playing. That's the basic riff. There's the C major chord, and it's a C major 7 to a C major chord to a C add 9 with the little finger at the 3rd fret on string 2. And when we strum, we make sure the high string that we strum is string 2. We don't strum string 1. And that essentially plays the melody note. It happens just with single strums at the start of the song, and then we can keep the 8th strumming at a C chord. To be able to play the start of the song. There is also a second riff based around an F major chord played like this, and it kind of goes... So So this is playing an F major chord, just with fingers 1, 2 and 3 and the thumb on string 6, muting string 5 with the thumb, starting off with that first finger open, going to the first finger at the first fret, string 2, little finger then plays the 3rd fret, first finger at the 1st fret to the open, and that first finger goes to a bar of just the thinnest 2 strings. Super cool embellishments to learn. Great song. If you haven't learned it already, check that one out. That should enable you to get most of the way through that song. My next choice moves us into the year 1990. This is by Inspiral Carpets, and it's called This Is How It Feels. This Is How It Feels is based around a B major chord, but it just plays a triad on a synthesizer, and we can play that at the 4th fret on strings 4, 3 and 2, just stepping through that inverted triad, and then just string 4 and 3. 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, and then that same pattern with the 3rd finger at fret 6. For example, husband don't know what he's done, kids don't know what's wrong with mum, she can't say, they can't see, putting it down to another bad day. And then in the chorus it's a B major chord, 2nd fret bar chord, slide that up to fret 6 and 8. Then it's G sharp minor at the 4th fret, root 6, to E major, B, F sharp major, back to B. 8th strumming, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and would work great. This is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your world means nothing at all. Another song that sounds great just to have a simple strum of basic open chords is All Together Now by The Farm. This is in the key of D major and uses a very famous chord progression. This is the Pachelbel chord progression for canon in D. D major, A major, B minor, F sharp minor, G major, D, G, and then A. All together now. All together now, all together now, in no man's land. With 8 strumming would be great, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all together now, all together now, all together. In no man's land, together. I've got my acoustic guitar for my final choice now. This is Primal Scream, Moving On Up, one of my favourite songs ever. Let's check it out. On Up by Primal Scream uses a capo or a capo at the 5th fret, and it's based around playing a G major chord in this fashion, which I nicknamed the George Harrison way of playing a G. And then it briefly goes to a C major with still the G note on top, the little finger down. And then to do the riff, we need to move this 3rd finger down just a touch, so that ideally it holds down both string 5 and string 4 at the 3rd fret, proportionate to the capo. So that's 3 strums of the G, or 3 accents of the G, to the C chord, C sus4, back to C, and then with G, but we really want to keep going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, which is 16th strumming. And then it goes to a D major, I was blind. Back to C, but now I see. Word painting with chords. You made a believer out of me. I'm moving on up now. Yeah, out of the darkness. A minor, my light shines on. My light shines on. Back to the riff. The 4 chords over the guitar solo, a G major, do do do, F, then move that bar down 1 string, and we're going to go for an E flat sus2. You could go for a full E flat chord if you're very brave, but I would go for a E flat sus2 like this, so it's kind of like a D chord or a D sus2 moved up 1 fret, and then to a C chord, in this fashion. My life shines on. My life shines on. And then you play this guitar solo over it, which I'll show you now. So this is in the position of C pentatonic, starting off with a full tone bend, whole note bend of the 11th fret up to the pitch of 13. And back down. And then the same sort of bend, but on fret 10, a string down. That first half again. 1, 2, 3. Second half. I'll leave the tab to that down below. Let me know your favourites from this list and what songs would make your list. Let me know any longer tutorials you want of any of these songs. I'd love to dig into this stuff. And I'll leave a couple of videos on screen now that I think you might enjoy. Bonus content available at andyguitar.co.uk, so check out that as well. And I'll see you next time.